Master strategies and enjoy the journey of learning with Anil Kumar. Let us now look into the solution of question number 12 from our test paper on advanced functions. F of x equals to 5 over x plus 1 and g of x is 1 over x minus 2. You need to find the function h of x, which is f of g of x. Part B is write domain and range of h of x. So let's begin by creating the function f of g of x. It is function of function, right? So when we say f of g of x, in this will be f of what is g of x? G of x is 1 over x minus 2, right? So that is the meaning. Now when we say f of 1 over x minus 2, it means we'll put x as 1 over x minus 2 in f of x, right? So it becomes 5 over, instead of x, we'll write 1 over x minus 2, and then we have plus 1. Makes sense? Which will give us 5 times x minus 2, multiply both by x minus 2, and we get 1 plus x minus 2, right? So that gives you f of g of x as equal to 5 times x minus 2 in the numerator, and 1 plus x minus 2 is basically x minus 1. So that's what you get as f of g of x. Now the second part of this is to write domain and range of h of x. Now this is h of x, right? So how will you write domain and range of this function? So let us take it on the next page to write down the domain and range of this function. 5 times x minus 2 divided by x minus 1, right? 5 times x minus 2 divided by x minus 1. So clearly from here, you do see that x cannot be equal to 1. Right? However, there is one more constraint on this. Since we are talking about f of g of x, and you see there's a restriction on g of x, g of x cannot be 2, right? G of x cannot be 2. So the second restriction will also apply. So x cannot be equal to 1 and x cannot be equal to 2 also, right? Because if you're talking about f of g of x, substituting 2, you'll not be able to find a value for g of x. So here we do have a restriction that it's not equal to 2. So that is important to understand. When we are working on composite function, you have to look into the domain of g of x also in this case. And then after that, whatever function you get, further restriction on domain can happen. Do you understand? So that is how you're going to answer this question. Now look here, let's now find the range. So we got the domain. So the domain is x belongs to real number. X is not equal to 1 and 2, correct? Both the values. Let us now find the range of this function. What is the range of this function? From what is seen here, we can say that the horizontal asymptote for h of x is y equals to 5. So definitely in the range of this particular function, we have one restriction, which is y belongs to real numbers, where y is not equal to 5. But see, we also understand that x is not equal to 2. Now, if x was 2, then what value could we get? Substituting 2, we would have got 0. So that means 0 is also not in the range of this function. You agree? So that is additional thing which we have to carefully look into. So that is how the composite functions are very different from normal functions. You have to look into the values more in details because the restrictions in the inside function causes a restriction in the outside function also. Perfect. So that is how we have to look into such questions. I hope this concept is absolutely clear. Feel free to write your comments, share your views. If you like and subscribe to my videos, that'd be great. Thanks for your valuable time and all the best.